Welcome to Getting Comfortable with Back Bends. My name is Amy, and today we're going to be working on back bends and different poses to get ourselves comfortable in back bends. Let's get started. No blocks are really necessary for our practice today, so I'll put them off to the side. We're going to begin in camel pose. In camel pose, our knees are hip distance apart. Tops of the feet are flat into the mat. We're going to start by bringing the right hand to the lower back and the left hand towards the lower back. Inhaling, shifting the shoulder blades back, chest forward, squeeze those elbows back. Come to a slight tilt in your pelvis to look up towards the ceiling. If this is where you're going to stay today, then make sure you're true to your body and you allow yourself to stay right here. Otherwise, maybe you reach your right hand down towards the right heel, left hand down towards the left heel to open up to Ustrasana, camel pose. Keep that gaze going up. Keep squeezing those glutes, shifting the pelvic towards the front wall. And if you're comfortable on your neck, you can let that hang to look back. To open up wider here, maybe you can reach the right hand to the outside of the right foot, left hand to the outside of the left foot. Keep shifting and squeezing those hips forward. As you open up even further, walk that right fingertips to face in towards you, and then carefully reach back to the left. Both fingertips reaching in towards you now. A lot of breath. If you'd like to fold, walk those fingertips in as close. Slowly reach the crown of the head for the floor. Forearms reach. Squeezing, breathing. Inhaling backwards to the palms. Come to lift up. Slowly walk the right hand back, left hand back towards your heels. To release this pose, keep squeezing the glutes. Right hand shifts to your lower back. Gently lift up the head. Left hand shifts to the lower back. And you calmly sit back onto your heels. Breathing here, take a moment. Then you can release into your child's pose, where you walk the hands out, sit back onto the heels, resting the forehead onto the floor. And gently walk those fingertips back up towards you. Come to slide onto your right hand, swinging the legs out in front. To counteract what we did here for our lower back, we're going to fold forward to help balance out our body. Feet flex up for the ceiling, spine nice and straight, crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. Inhaling to lift up, palms face in towards you. Exhaling, lead with your heart, lead with your chest to fold over those legs, reaching for your ankle, the top of your foot. Maybe you interlace the fingers to pull pointer finger and middle finger wraps around your 2 big toes. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, pushing forward. Exhaling, lead with your heart. Breathe. If you'd like to keep pulling and leading with your chest, move that chest forward, and then eventually you can rest your head. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, hinging from the elbows, folding and relaxing. One more breath. Inhaling to slowly lift back up, exhaling to release. Bending the legs here, about 6 inches away from the hips. Hands come out towards your sides, come halfway down, then release the right forearm and the left forearm. Shift those hips back up and come to lay onto your back. Now bring your hips super close, your heels in super close towards your hips. Flatten your feet onto the mat. Hands come towards either side, getting ready for bridge pose. Inhaling, exhaling, shifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Squeeze those shoulder blades onto the back. Interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the palms together to keep lifting those hips up for the ceiling. Squeezing the thighs together, engaging the glutes, lifting up as high as you can. Getting comfortable in the bridge. And exhale to release. Bringing both the knees in towards the chest for Apanasana, knee to chest pose. Squeeze those knees in. So wrap the inner inside of the elbows around the tops of the legs to really hug the body in. Rock back and forth. Roll out the ankles. Squeezing the feet. And release the legs. Keeping those feet still about 6 inches away from the hips. Bring the fingertips behind you. Fingertips face in towards you, elbows directly up towards the ceiling. If you're not comfortable flattening your palms onto the mat, maybe you're not quite ready to come to a full wheel pose, but it's still okay to try. So keeping those feet stable into the earth, inhaling to lift up into wheel. So once you're in wheel pose, you can walk the legs out to straighten and keep squeezing those shoulder blades back, chest forward for a really intense heart opener. Or you can keep walking those feet in closer as you walk your hands in closer for a fuller variation of wheel. Keep your gaze to follow your fingertips. And maybe you gently release onto your forearms. Being very careful and conscious of what your body is ready for today. Keep walking those feet in. And to release, bringing the palms back, lift up, walk those legs out, slowly come down, and release. Resting here for a moment, take a breath, and then hug those knees into the chest. Rocking back and forth, nice hug here. Bring the fingertips behind the hamstrings. Flex the feet up for the ceiling, and rock up and down. A nice stretch. And to rock yourself up to lift. And there's a little introduction to back bends.